Hello friends, this is M.B. Ansari, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, ICM College, Aurangabad. We are going to study the subject data structures and Linux. So, in the first part, we will study what is data structure, and then we will go for the remaining part such as Linux. So, before going to study data structure, first of all, I want to say few things that you must keep in your mind to understand this subject. This is very easy subject, but the prerequisite and very beginning and prerequisite required to understand this subject, and also the syllabus of this subject is designed by the university by keeping in the mind that student know all the fundamental concept of C language. So the students in the first semester of second year of electronics, they are coming from first year to second year engineering, or they are coming from diploma to the engineering. So all these students whatever there in the second year, by you already have studied C language in the previous classes. In engineering, in the first year, in both the semester, the subject introduction to C language or fundamentals of C language is there. So in the first semester and second semester, they have studied all the fundamental concept of the C language. Similarly, for diploma students also, in their previous classes, the syllabus of the C language was kept in the diploma also. So the students of the second year, they are well known, or they know the C language, and by keeping this in the mind, the syllabus of the data structure is designed. So it is my advice to all the students to go through all the topics, those who have already studied the C language, those who have not studied the C language. So to all students, it is my advice that you first revise all the fundamental concept of the C language to understand this subject data structure. Because without that, we cannot understand the concept of data structure. The fundamental concept in the C language such as arrays, function, pointers, then structures, files. So all these are fundamental concepts. So these concepts are and the syllabus of the data structure is based on all these topics. You must know what is array, what are different types of the array, how to declare an array, how to perform different operations on the array, then how to insert the element in the array, how to delete the elements from the array, different operations and functions of the arrays, like that. Similarly, pointers, what is pointer, how to declare a pointer, what are different types of pointers, how to use the pointers in the programming language, how to perform operations on the pointers. Similarly, what is structure, different types of structures, what are different operations that we can perform on the structure, how to use the structures for different programs and solve different problems. Similarly, what is file, how to open a file, how to perform different operation of file, how to update a file, how to manipulate the information in the file, and how to perform and how to use the file in different programs. So all these. Similarly, functions. In functions, we must know what is function, different types of functions, what are different operations that can be performed by using functions, and in function, most important part is recursion. What is recursion, how to start a recursive procedure, how to write down a recursive program, how to start recursion, how to stop recursion, and what are different types of recursion. So all these are the topics which are required to understand the concept of data structure. So if you are not comfortable with this all topics, if you are not having any knowledge of all these topics, so it is my advice to all the students that first of all read the concepts from the any book of the C language. Mostly I recommend, or mostly I advise to a student, there is one book for Let Us C by Yashwant Kanetkar. It is a very good book for beginner also and for experts also, because you can easily understand all the concept of the C language by reading that book. There are so many also other resources are available. You can use that resources also, but the prerequisite is that you must know the knowledge of all that concept to understand that data structure, because it is totally theory and all the concepts are based on that topics. If you know that concept, then it is very easy to understand data structure, and it is very easy to know the fundamental as well as advanced concept of the data structures. So before going to start with the data structure, our syllabus, whatever there in our syllabus, prescribed syllabus is there. First of all, we must know what is there in the syllabus, what are the topics are there in the syllabus. So in the syllabus, if you see the syllabus of data structure and Linux, because this is a theory subject and it is having total 100 marks. From that 80 marks it is for theory and 20 marks for class test, as well as it is having the lab also, means practicals also it is having. So for lab there are total 50 marks. So if you see the total marks for this subject, so this subject is having total 150 marks weightage. So from that 100 marks is for theory and 50 marks is for practical. So if you see the syllabus of the theory, so for whatever syllabus is designed by the university and whatever their objectives of designing this syllabus is that a student must be in a position after studying this subject, after studying or after knowing or after going through thoroughly through this subject, they must be in a position to define high level abstraction of the needed linear data structure. They must develop the ability to synthesize and analyze the algorithms. They must be in a position to represent, implement and different perform. They must be in a position to perform different or apply different applications of linear and non-linear data structures. They must be learn and implement the fundamentals of programming language using C on Windows as well as Linux, and they must be in a position to learn the fundamentals of Linux operating system. So if you do syllabus, in the syllabus we are having total 6 units. So first, second, third, fourth, these are the 4 units which are belonging to the data structure. And if you see fifth and sixth unit, this is regarding Linux operating system. So we'll see that also what is Linux and what are the topics which are based on the Linux, whatever the topics are given in our syllabus for the Linux. So first of all, we must know the topics of the first unit of our syllabus. So in the first unit, the name of the first unit is Introduction to Data Structure. So in that, topics such as definition, classification of data structure, in that primitive and non-primitive, then operations on data structures, what are different arrays such as arrays, types of the arrays such as one-dimensional, two-dimensional arrays, abstract data types, array as an ADT, operations on array, inserting the element, deleting the elements, or performing different operations on the arrays. Similarly, then we are having the topics such as pointer, basic concepts, how to declare a pointer, how to initialize a pointer, how to write down different programs to perform different operations on the pointer. Then by using pointers, there are different static and dynamic memory allocations. These are allocations, memory allocation techniques are there. So for that, memory allocation, we can perform by using different functions such as malloc, calloc, free and realloc. These are all the functions or techniques by using that we can allocate the memory, static or dynamic memory. So we'll see that also. Then we are having the last topic such as functions. So in that functions, we are having the concept of functions, types of function, and then we are having recursion concept. What is recursion? What is recursive functions? How to perform recursion? How to start a recursion? How to stop a recursion? And what are different programs based on the recursion? Because this recursion is also, or function is also very most important, because if you see whatever the topics or whatever the things are there from starting from first to the fourth unit, of the syllabus in the data structure. So three basic things are there. One is array, second one is pointer, and third one is function. So on all these three things, all the concept or whatever operations and whatever topics of the data structure is there, they are based. If you know all this, then you can easily understand the remaining topics. So by using that, we are having the second unit such as linear data structure. In that we are having the topics such as arrays, linked list representation of stack, operation on stack, then infix and prefix and postfix notations, conversion of arithmetic and expression from infix to postfix. Then we are having queues, definition, arrays and linked list representation of queue, types of queues. We are having the types such as simple queue, circular queue, double-ended queue, priority queue, and operations on all queues. Then we are having linked list, definition, components of the linked list, representation of linked list, advantages and disadvantages of linked list, types of linked list such as singly, doubly, and circular linked list, operations on the linked list, creation, insertion, deletion, search and display, application of linked list, addition of two polynomials using arrays. So the second unit, if you see the second unit, so in this, whatever arrays, whatever concepts such as stack, queue, linked list, these are the three topics are there in the second unit. Based on that, the total entire syllabus of the second unit is designed. So array, stack, and linked list, queue, all these are based on the concept of arrays, then pointers, functions. So on whatever concepts are there, whatever topics are there, to understand the concept or to understand all the topics of the second unit also, we require the concept. We must have the understanding of arrays, then we must have understanding of the link pointers, and we must have understanding of function and recursive function. Then only you can understand the concept of the second unit. Similarly, now coming to the third unit of our syllabus. The name of the third unit is non-linear data structure. So in that we are having trees, binary tree, and then tree traversal, binary search tree, operation on binary search tree, B plus T, application of trees, graph, representation, breadth first and depth first search. Then we are having searching and sorting, linear search, binary search, bubble sort, selection sort, quick sort, merge sort, heap sort, comparison between different sorting operations, different sorting techniques. So all these are the topics based on that the concept of data structures are there.